You ever watch a player sit down at the table, quiet, composed, and then take up the mantle and savor the bloodshed of everyone in their path? Yeah, well, that's what happened to Memphis. This wasn't just a good run. This wasn't just caught a few good matchups kind of weekend. This was surgical, calculated, ruthless. One of the top four players in calling Memphis didn't just stalk the field, he shredded his opponents on his relentless pursuit to top four. Today, we're bringing him back on to break it all down. Every read, every line, every moment that turned a deep run into a statement. So embrace the night, check your life totals, because this one's going to be a pain in the backside. I'm Will.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Zachary Jensen.
Zach, welcome back,
Saint
brother.
Havoc. Saint Havoc. Man, what'd you say?
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here again.
Oh, man. So I usually have a list of accolades that we usually tell about people that, make an appearance on the show. I'm just going to go ahead and say top four calling finalists in Memphis. All right. Since is that your biggest run yet?
It's my only run. First PQ, first PTI, never won a PQ. First gold foil ever, and first calling ever. So, I mean, I went 3 for 3 all within the span of like 2 days. So,
man, that's great. And Andrew, thank you for polishing up the intro. It sounded so much better. That was great, dude. You made me sound smart.
That's a good intro.
All right. And then Zach, I had to get the quotations around composed because I read a little note here and it said, I'm gonna tell the audience a little bit post-scene what happened. All right. He wrote a comment, since fucking when. I don't think I've ever been composed in my entire life. Much less quiet. JK, I do love it. Thanks, man. That's how we communicate here.
Anyone who watched my Tough Nut game knows that I am not quiet while playing this game. I am.
Well, you are quiet when you're thinking of your lines for optimum killing strategy, right? I was actually on the other side of that in one of your rounds, but I guess we'll talk about that in
we'll talk about that.
Future
talk about that. Yeah.
Anyways, I know before we jump into the topic, all right, we got 2 things we have to do. This is our section on what we learned since last week. Andrew, you want to kick us off real quick?
Oh, yeah, bro. I learned that A for Spindle is the Kadachi 5 Acilio cards, man. It keeps winning tournaments, and we keep thinking it's awful.
Oh, man. And then how many games did you play? You said you've been playing some Sage and some CC, right?
Oh, yeah. So I did. So William Bradshaw, guy got second at the showdown here.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's not cool enough. Well, we're not cool enough for him to come to us, I guess.
I guess we could ask him. I never did,
Yeah, so. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, he was playing Ira for it, and so he's going to Yokohama in like less than 2 weeks for the Pro Tour. So I've just been testing his whatever his most up to date list is for him to give him feedback on it. Yeah, that's my Silver Age experience for the week.
That's good, man. And Saint Havoc, Zach, how about you? What was your learning experience like?
I didn't learn shit. I did so good I didn't need to learn.
Spoken like a true assassin.
I learned quite a lot. I learned I've been trying to learn that even when it looks like you're down, not to just immediately give up and get into your own head. Because I'm really bad at that. Everyone who's played against that knows. They can see it on my face the second that I start taking a back foot. And with a deck like Mario, you can't have that mindset because there's always an opportunity to sneak in large amounts of damage and come back around.
And kind of mirroring what Zach was saying earlier jokingly, I actually had to take a break from Fab for the last week because, happy wife, happy life, and work did not wait for me to come back. Work piled up, so...
Oh my God.
I didn't.
Tell me about that.
I mean, I played a hell of a lot of games on the last weekend at Calling Memphis, and then, again, I've try to bring in our last episode 51, which we still got. I'm going to try to polish up the audio for that just because it's going 15 minutes of fun, but I left a little spot. So this is actually episode 52 for us. Zach, it was just us with a Yeti mic just passing it around the room, drinking.
Was it Malort? Was this
Malort? Dude, I like Malort. Like, what was the stuff you were drinking, Andrew?
Okay, hold on. Was it a snowball? Was it a Yeti snowball?
It was a snowball.
God.
Yeah, we were passing a Yeti snowball around and then drinking Malort, and Andrew brought in his choice to drink, which was...
Oh, the Fernet?
Yeah, the Fernet. All right, so we were having a good time, but man, I think I need to have my full facilities with me when we're trying to edit videos, so we'll see if I can recover that. I'm pretty sure I got to rewatch it to make sure the audio's...
Just add subtitles, bro.
It's a Yeti
That's true.
snowball. You're going to get the best you can get.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, another thing is when we were driving back from Memphis calling, I've said this for months now. When people are like, "Oh, Ziggy, China Lightning Valley," I know we're going to cover that, but I was like, "Sell your China Lightning Valley now. It's either going to get banned or reprinted, right?"
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to get banned. And I
Yep.
just traded up my Marvel Stelio with Cold Full Volt, and I got me what I needed. But then they announced it, and boom, stonks dropped, right? But let's go ahead and cover that. Let's go ahead and say, Andrew, you want to kick us off with this ban and
Yeah.
restricted announcement?
Yeah. So, for good news, we have 2 cards that got banned here in Rootbound Carapace and Scepter of Pain. So Scepter of Pain, the reason why they banned it in the first place was because of its interaction with Shadow Millennium Tree. Now that is not legal to do in CC because there's no Earth Rune Blades, might as well just bring it back. Inset isn't really going to do anything with it, but it sounds like it could be cool to think about doing something with.
I did tell Mason, I was like, he was the guy that was riding with me in the car. I was like, Scepter of Pain, you could probably do a stack thin set, with a Scepter of Pain. I'm not saying it would be good. I'm just saying there's an option because that's really what you're doing anyways with their Flail of Agony, right? But all right, and then Rootbound Carapace, the only one that's really playing it right now is Jarl, right?
Yeah, Jarl's the only Earth hero currently legal in CC. They're probably going to make it so the next Earth heroes don't have that threshold that they reach with X number of Earth cards, and so that makes Rootbound a lot more fair. Jarl is also not super great in the current meta, so Rootbound can do a lot to help with that.
No,
that's good. Your thoughts, Zach, on any of these 2 cards?
This seems like the least impactful thing that they said in this ban and restriction list. This seems like it's not. It's like it's nice to have and know that they are willing to unban things.
Yep.
But this, I don't think, shakes up anything unless all of a sudden Jarl just becomes uber good because of the Rootbound Carapace change.
Jeremy was playing a pretty good Jarl list. I'm not sure if the Rootbound kind of fits in that scene, but you never know.
Yeah.
I do like how they are unbanning and banning cards based off if the problematic hero LLs or not. In this case, it's both Verdance and Foreign that win.
This goes back to what they said, where it's a game, right? You've got to be thinking of it more like a game. Mistakes happen, things change. You got to be willing to use your ban lists more willingly than previous TCGs. I think they are 1,000% right about that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, now Silver Age, no current bans coming up. A whole bunch of stuff saying, talking about the first rotation out, right? Any thoughts on this big old word?
Yeah, so something they basically said in this is that they're totally going to unban something that's currently banned just because it's in a precon.
Okay.
And, yeah, that's not the most fun. I hope that doesn't mean they're about to unban Burn Up, for example.
Yeah.
But for example, if it means that they plan on unbanning Aether Spindle, okay, I could live with that.
We'll see. I think they ban Aether Spindle to prepare for Blaze.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the
Blaze is
more
going to be
important
kind of interesting. I know everyone's hyped about Blaze. You could tell because Emeritus Scoldings were the blues and the reds were popping off in the tournament pack.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, most importantly,
I mean, they're also beautiful cards. So
yeah, but we got down here.
Oh gosh,
Acilio's death sentence.
a few too many nails in the coffin. At first I was like CLV, okay, Volcar,
dude. I saw the CLV and I was like, fuck. Mason was there. I was like, no, I didn't pack them on binder to trade out this weekend. But damn, it was on my list to get rid of ASAP. Now they just dropped from 50 to low 20.
Yeah, no.
I literally sold them that weekend.
Yeah.
I sold all my CLVs that weekend. Not because I knew anything was coming down the line or anything, just because I was like, I need a little bit of cash. I need some spending, so I brought a bunch of cards to sell.
Yeah.
I feel like I got away with a crime. I feel like I did something illegal.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, outside of, the Acilio cards, we got rid of Skyward Serenade, which they admitted that card in its form was never intended to be printed, so I'm not surprised there. But then we also have Reaping Blade, which, that weapon is kind of crazy because every Rune Blade has the base ability of just being able to go grasp Reaping Blade.
Yeah.
as a 1 card 4, and that just it's
good.
such a crazy high floor.
Good
for each
value.
hero
It's
to
great
have.
value.
Phantom
Yeah.
Tide Maul is interesting. I know they did that with Ziggy, and some people were speculating with the Iris. Is that correct?
So something to keep in mind about Ziggy is that his hero ability involves putting counters on auras. And so something that could be happening here is that Phantom Tide Maul was going to have some interesting interaction involving counters. And it could be too that Channel Lightning Valley was also banned because of that.
Yeah.
Could be that there are some Ziggy cards that do something really interesting with removing counters from permanents that in conjunction with Channel Lightning Valley would be obnoxious.
Yeah. So what do you think, guys? Preemptive ban. This actually doesn't take into effect until May 28th.
I love that they did this. I love that they did this. It's great having them tell us what's
I
coming down the
wish it
pipeline.
came earlier.
It
So
should,
it-
yes, 1000%. It should
Andrew?
have come with the announcement of Omens.
That's what I was about to say, Zach. I think it should have, when they announced Omens, they should have said in conjunction with this is the ban list coming up for it. That way, because the issue is
Yes.
it feels bad for
Yeah.
everyone that went on a buying spree in preparation for the Lightning Heroes and bought these cards, as soon as that announcement was made. And if you looked at the TCG player, the prices went up.
No, 1000 per. Sorry, Andrew.
Yeah, Channel Lightning Valley went from like over $30 to $8.
Yeah. But like they should have, even if they just said we will be doing bans and not saying what those bans are, it would have at least stemmed some of the anger that I feel LSS has gotten because of this announcement.
Mhm.
Now, I do think the announcement is good because it allows people to prep with this in mind. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yep.
All right. I mean, I know we could talk always a lot about the BNRs, but I think our main topic is really talking about, Zach, your incredible run in the road to Memphis. Like, first off, I know I was pretty happy with my run. I was just trying to go positive for the day, hoping for day 2. And you were my 6th match for my winning in.
Yep.
You took that one. It was a close game.
It was both of our winning ins. It was whoever won it was in.
Yes. But we had one more round, so I wasn't feeling too bad. Then I fought, I think his name was Wesley Dong. You might have heard him, top 8 player in Worlds a couple years ago. He was on his Victor, and really, Victor, I know people are like, oh, Reiner should be able to beat these Guardians. 50-50 matchup. Me and Wesley both agreed to this, and Wesley got it, shook his hand. I did make him scared with my little tech.
Yeah, you're very specific.
My tech.
Your tech?
Yeah.
You want to tell us what it was?
that sound.
Your noisemaker. Show off to the rest of the class here.
I don't know. I might do it again, man. It was a rush. Anyways,
I loved it.
Andrew,
beautiful flavor.
How did you do, man?
Oh, how did I do? I went 5-2 day 1, and then day 2, I went win, lose, lose. And so at that point, I couldn't cash even if I kept winning from there. So it was pretty great that I lost that quickly because it meant I could drop. And I walked out the front of the convention center. I turned right, which is directly to downtown Memphis, and just walked in a straight line until stuff started speaking to me. It was pretty great. I walked into this place, and they're like, "Bro, you here for breakfast or lunch?" And I'm like, "Bro, what do you got?" Just speak to me. They're like, "We got pancakes and chicken," and I'm like, "Yeah, I want that. Give me that."
That's great, man. There was a lot of team kills though, man. Like even round 1 through round 4, everyone in Georgia was just knocking each other out. I kept on seeing. I was like, unbelievable. What's the chances? Because me and Jeremy were talking about this before, and he was like, it's such a large convention hall. I don't think we'll pair into each other. I was like,
97 people were there, and I think at least in day 2, every Georgia player who made it to day 2 had seen at least one person, if not 2 Georgia players, and fought each other. It was insane.
Yeah, and even day 1, I guess Cream rises to the top because we started fighting each other too. So, anyways, now that was me and Andrew's run. Who cares about us? Am I right, Andrew? We're here to talk about the main man himself.
Will, do you want to change the background because I think we're still on the banner?
You know what?
Yeah,
you're right.
You stop showing me
Let's just go here.
Yeah. Stop reminding me of bad times.
We can edit that part out. We can.
No, I keep everything in, man. This is a dog and pony show.
Editing's effort, man.
Oh yeah, that's effort.
Learning journey. He's still on the journey.
I will always forever be on the journey. My mind grapes are squozen and kind of fermented, so it takes a little bit longer for me to learn stuff. But,
oh my gosh!
All right, so Zach, we're just going to go through this real quick. tell me, why did you choose Mario? I know you've been on the Mario kick since you picked him up. It was Victor first. Mario came out, and you picked Mario up, and then you kind of played around with Mario for a while. You didn't come to our local scene in a while. I think you were staying closer to Chase's store.
Yeah, so just a lot of stuff has been going on IRL. I know you know a lot of my house woes with the floodings and just I have not had a lot of time for Fab. I have not had a lot of money for Fab. I haven't been able to really get out on Tuesdays because just stuff's been hitting the fan. But for the most part, and sorry for interrupting, yeah, normally I just stay either at Cards HQ right down the road. That's a 10-minute drive. And on Sundays, I'll make the hour drive to go to Showcase because I've been going there for years. And I'm a creature of habit.
Good.
And is it Chase or Case?
Case.
Yeah.
It's a showcase and it's cases, case
it's really
ends
dumb
it. So.
fun.
It's not a dump. I like it. Okay, it's cute.
Is that why he called it Showcase? Or is that just
really wasn't drunk at all when he came up with that? I swear.
It's funny as hell, dude.
Showcase your games.
Yeah, that's great. So, is that the reason why I picked Mario? It wasn't based off the meta picks, or was it anything else like that? It was just purely.
So, I really was going to just go to Memphis to just have a fun time, and it was going to be Mario, no matter who it was. It was one of those things where it's like I could choose Victor. I'm relatively decent at Gravy, but all the cards are all over the place. Meanwhile, Mario's here. I've been playing Mario since their announcement in Hunted. And I've always been an Assassin fan. I know the math on that deck way better than I know the math on any other deck. I have ideas of how to beat the fatigue matchups, which when we get into the text that I did, we'll get into that. And I know that my favorite part about running Mario is when I run them, it's almost always a 50-50% matchup into every game, regardless of who I'm sitting down across from. If I'm sitting across, there's one or two. Fringe, Prism's one of them. And then at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's the deck I'm most comfortable with. It's not even the deck I have the best win rate. I just love the deck more than anything else. They are my favorite hero. They will always be my favorite hero. Arakni has always been my favorite character, the lore and just the story. So, of course, I mostly went off of that pick by itself. And they've been doing good. So, I can't complain.
I mean, even in your PQ run, you were top seat into going to the top 8. So, I got to ask you right quick, because Gravy Bones is still out there, and yes, he dropped off in popularity. Did you have a fear of running into him, or
are you kidding me? Do you know what my Griffey and Calicera says into Gravy Bone guys now? That stuff is amazing. It's night and freaking day. What happened? The announcement of the ally change literally made me go from that's my boogeyman to that's now more of a 50-50 matchup, which is where I like it to be, because normally, like I said, if it's a 50-50 matchup, the difference on who wins and who loses is normally just who's the better player.
Okay. All right. And Andrew, any questions about why you picked the deck, or you pretty much got it?
Did you consider playing any of the other Arachnes?
So you both know me. You know the game style I play. Huntsman is not an option for me. I like the mill strategy. I don't have the reps into it. It's a little too fatiguey for me. I get it's not solely fatigue. And it is tempting because it does also kind of remind me a little bit of how CYB New was back in the day, and the same type of math and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I have an aggro deck that I like to play, and I just want to go fast.
That's fair. I mean, it's very nice.
Slippy and I will consider talking when Bonds is unbanned and they ban T-Tox. Okay, when they ban T-Tox and they unban Bonds, I'll talk to Slippy.
But you said it, man. There's something to be said about I don't know how Tommy goes to time every freaking round, man. I like to be done in 10 minutes and walk around for 35 to 40 minutes. Use the bathroom, drink a beer, right? Come back, get some food. I love this, right? But to be in time I don't know, man. To me, that's torture. I like to get that move.
I can have I think I can have 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
The weekend where I can do time. To do all 14 would be. I was already cooked. Like my brain was done at the end of day one. Like I walked out of there. I think I had I brought this giant bottle of water, and like I guess I was just overheating because I was thinking too much, and I drank like 7 of them. Like it was insane.
All right, a couple other follow-up questions before we continue on. So how far out did you start preparing, or was it just the best preparation because you played it the most? And that was it. Okay. And then
so I mean, there were some things. We'll talk about this because Mansant took my deck list and he read it as Saint Havoc makes finals. That was not the name of my deck. My deck was Saint Havoc's Memphis final list because there were 4 other iterations of the deck before I finished on it, and I forgot to change the name.
That's funny. And then, did you think that the Guardian meta will crop up when it did? Like, is there's a lot more Guardians coming into?
Oh yeah.
So you predicted that, and so you weren't wrong in the meta prediction you had.
No, if you look at my deck list, you can see that I added 2 Spreading Plagues and 1 Remembrance, as well as a Relentless Pursuit. The Relentless Pursuit has been in there since the PQ. Right? Yeah. Because that's my get out of jail free card, not free card, obviously, but that's my get out of jail card for Pallades specifically. But the 2 Spreading Plagues were definitely added as fatigue matchup tech, and it actually did help me in the Volta matchup that I had. Not the most, but it was nice to have. I didn't hate it when I saw it. And then the Remembrance is, I don't think I ever actually successfully used a Remembrance, but I didn't need to because, like, while my game plan was go big and kill, and it worked into a lot of the Guardians.
Right.
I think all, and we'll talk about this when we talk about my matchups, but all of the Guardians, I think I feel so bad because each one of them I was like, here's a Savor Bloodshed, and then a T-Tox. Here's 2 Savor Bloodsheds, then a T-Tox. They just lined up perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, go figure. You kill them before they hit you. No problem.
Yeah,
there was a moment. We'll talk about it, but just remind me to say something about my Volta game when I get to it, because I think Andrew saw my life totals at one point in that game. It was kind of crazy.
And then, all right, let's talk about your run then, man. Let's talk about day 1 first. Early round, settling nerds, your first key matchups. Let's talk about all this stuff. All right, and you go as in depth as you want. We're here to listen to your story, right?
Okay.
And of course, we'll ask you questions that we find might be relevant to this discussion. But feel free to carry it on. Early rounds, mid rounds, top cut, day 2. Let's talk about all that.
So let's. I need to preface this story because it's something that Agroblaze said on his stream when he said why he didn't make Memphis. He says, he was saying that his flight got delayed. He would have had to drive all night. He didn't think it was worth it. And then Manson sent him a message that said, hey, don't you know that the people with the worst luck do the best at callings? Like before the calling, 2 days before I did the drive, my dog ran away. He's back home and he's safe, but he's a black lab. He ran away in the middle of the night and we were lucky to hunt him down. But like, I was already feeling kind of down. I was like, am I really going to make this drive to do this major tournament? I've never I top 8 a lot of things, but I never go beyond that. I don't know if it's worth it to do that. I'm really feeling down. And then after he ran away, it was just like, I had a day of just straight panic attacks. Supposed to be putting a Sage deck together for the side events because I was like, there's no way I make it to day 2 and it'd be fun. Ended up finding the energy to put together a Oldhim deck. I know. Sage is shorter though. I could do Fatigue and Sage, okay? But I brought 1 AB for that deck, and that's what killed me on the Friday events. So we ended up going, me and my wife. It was a great time. We went to a different hotel than the one that was in the block. Beautiful hotel. If you ever go again, you half a mile from the convention center, much cheaper, has a rooftop bar that is divine. It's awesome. We were up there every night because of course. So that was a very terrifying build up. My neighbor was very nice. She came over, let the dog out, took him on walks, made sure that the fence was okay. Obviously I repaired the fence as soon as I realized where he escaped from. I'm not a bad dog owner.
Dogs be dogs, man. You can't help that.
Yeah. But so Friday I show up. I had a bunch of cards I wanted to sell to get some cash because of the house issues. So I sold a bunch of my cards, including my CLVs, which was, like I said, felt like I got away with crime. Did fine on the Super Armory event. We're just going to play as that. biggest thing there was I played against Brody on his event and he crushed me. Had a lot of fun on the Blanche promo side events, one side event on Friday. But then I went back, got dinner with Team Dayton, which is the fun team. It was a joke team that Dayton, who used to play locally a lot, Dayton and Skylar, a longer blonde hair guy. So we went and got dinner on Friday night. We all had jokes about how we were going to do the next day. So I go up the next day, you know, I'm there early. I'm talking to all my friends because a lot of people weren't there the day before. I got the Fandles Tunic playmat, which is awesome. I thought that was the hypest thing ever.
Leveling called the Gunic mat.
The Gunic mat? Yeah. It's a good playmat. Looking to trade for 4 Fandles if you want. No. But so Saturday, I show up. I slept actually really well Friday, which is weird. And I think it's because I slept in the hotel a day before. So it helped me get out like any unusualities that I might have with the hotel. Show up early to the convention center, had coffee, had breakfast fully. And the hotel breakfast was banger, by the way. The hotel's called Hue, if you're ever looking for a hotel in Memphis. Walk half a mile to the convention center, run into Mason on the way there. We ended up talking, having a good time. Get there, settle down, relax, talk to all my friends. Then they call round 1. And I'm looking at where I'm sitting in the convention hall. And I see that I'm in like table 2 or 3. And I look at the name, and obviously that doesn't matter. Round 1's random, but that's not what matters. What matters is my first round opponent. And I see Nathan Crawford.
Nice.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, well, it's been a fun weekend, everyone. So I thought we sit down and I give my friendly banter to people we've played before, specifically Battle Hardened Atlanta, ProQuest Plus, and Battle Hardened, where I beat him when he was on Zen. That's new because I cheated. Accidentally. I asked the judge a question. The judge agreed with me. The judge came back later and said, actually, we were wrong. You cannot Fang Strike a dagger. So it was an honest mistake. He accepted it. I accepted it. We moved forward. We grew from that. That was also the game that he hit me for 26 damage turn 1 because he had the perfect Transcend the Universe or whatever the one that's
the Cosmic Awakening.
Yeah. He had three Transcend cards and a Cosmic Awakening in his hand. It was perfect. It was absolutely crazy. So it was fun to play him again. I sit down and I say, "Who are you playing?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm playing Rhinar." I go, "Oh, fun." So
Story about that. He was extolling the virtues of Tough Nut, and then he switched to Reiner. I'm curious. Go on, Zach. I want to hear the rest of it.
So he sits down and he goes, okay, we're going to have some fun. He looks at his hand. He sees a Stance plan. So he goes, I'm going to play the Stance Grand. I'm going to get a Blood Rush Bellows, and you have 1 in 4 chance. I go, it's going to be really funny when I hit it. He goes, it's going to be really funny when I hit it. Roll a 6, roll a 4, hit the Blood Rush Bellows. So he just goes, no pass. I'm like, okay, so it's off to the races. I already got rid of 1 Blood Rush Bellow. I need to kill him before he sees his second. I can survive. I think normally the math is I can survive 1 Blood Rush Bellow, essentially. Like 2 is too much, especially with my deck with the amount of 2 blocks it has and just like not any armor. So I can survive 1 usually relatively comfortable. So we were going off. I was just stabbing him. He finally sees his second Blood Rush Bellow. It was a short game, so I don't mean finally. It's like he sees it within like the first 25.
Sure.
No, not yeah. Like the first 25% of his deck. So he sees 2 Blood Rush Bellows relatively quickly. So he does it. He's going about his turn. He's running the axe that you discard a card and it's 6 of his book.
Yeah, Ravenous Meat
Axe. Yeah, Ravenous Meat Axe. Draws a card, hands me the deck, hit a Sandstretch Plan. It comes in for 5 instead of 7 because it's a Blood Rush Bellow turn. So I'm just like, no, it comes in for 4 because he had a Frailty Trap token that turn. Because I hit him with a Frailty. So brutes being brutes, he misses one of his major chances and one of his minor ones. End up just the variance was in my favor. I come in, I stab him enough. He goes down. He wishes me a best of luck and says I did a great job. Nathan's such a great guy. I think Nathan's, and I'm going to say this about every single person I play against, but Nathan really, I like playing against Nathan. He's a lot of fun, and I always learn a lot while playing against him. So that was round 1.
Andrew, what you have a comment about that, man? You seem like you want to say something.
You know, that night I sent him an article I found on Google titled "How to Nut" because this poor man made the poor decision of bringing Rhinar to a tournament.
Speaking of Tough Nut, though, round 2 was against a Tough Nut. So I'm starting to see a theme here about what Jem wants me to fight. Now, Tough Nut, this is Alex Lindley. very fun game. I have not played against Tough Nut as Mario ever before. However, I know one thing: Tough Nut likes to block tall on the first attack, and then their ability kind of decreases after that. So it's true that they can just send rock for 7 every turn, and that's really good numbers. But if I can do 8 damage, I'm already outpacing the rock. Yeah. So I'm just playing the game.
The rock. I love it, man.
I'm just playing the game where I am just like, I'll take a rock here and there. Because there's a chance you miss off the top. They were running the Tunic, so they can do rock more consistently than round 5, but we'll get to that. So I'm just taking it as I can, trying to stay a higher life. Rule of thumb on when I play my deck is if I can keep me within my opponent of 2 life, and we just walk down, the moment that they get to 10, I can kill them almost any turn. If I just see the right hand, a right combination of reactions, that's it. If they don't have the D-reacts, and Tough Nut doesn't run D-reacts, well, a lot of D-reacts, they have a few, they're just dead if they underblock something. And I can make them overblock on Dagger 1 and then kill them with Dagger 2. And that's just what I like to do, just slowly walk them down. So that's what I did. That game was relatively close, obviously, if I had whiffed 1 or 2 things here or there. But like I said, walk them down, kill them. It's a Tough Nut game.
Zach, I have to ask you, Tough Nut still a meme deck, or do you think he has legs? I mean, I ask you because
it's better. It's definitely better.
That's him being PC for saying it's still a shit deck, but
no. There's just it's one of those decks where, and you won't. I try not to. Obviously, I say that. Mario has 2 nearly unwinnable matchups, in my opinion. One of them being Huntsman, one of them being Prism, which I know a lot of people say isn't that bad, but if you know who our Prism player is locally, you know why I hate that matchup.
You can name drop that. Andrew Cook, one of the best players in the world.
It's hard. So, but if Tough Nut just doesn't do good against decks that can go 3 or more chain links wide, or has the opportunity to go 3 or more, and so Mario's just good into Tough Nut, and that's just a fact. So the next round is Randy Davis on Victor. Victor is a matchup I love. Now, I know if you look at freaking February and deck data, February is going to say 50-50. You don't play it like it's 50-50. That's not the case. Victor has to forward block. You know what Victor's blocking when Victor blocks. That's the best gift Mario can get. They can't really block more than what they block. If you see they overblock on attack 1, you just go to attack 2. If you see they underblock on attack 1, you pump attack 1 and then send attack 2 to punish them for it. It's not that hard. It's fun. I love that matchup. And
you play Victor, so you know that matchup. In and out.
Well, the new deck's a little different. You see my aggro Victor deck, but I'm usually like aware of what they're trying to do with cycling Remembrance and Goldman Estate. So the goal is just kill them before they can even do that. You know, the Victor did get one really good Goldman Estate turn. I think it was a Goldman Estate for 7 into, I forget what the attack is. No, because it wasn't a CNC because I blocked with a D-react, but it had a devastating on hit, and I just said take the damage. Oh, it was Boulder Drop, and I just said take the damage, lose the card, block 7 because I had the D-react in Arsenal, and then some armor still. So I was just like block 7, snap back 14. You know, as we saw on stream, I could do a 2-card 14. It's not that hard. Or was that a 3-card? I think it was a 2-card 14. So, like, after that, it's just one of those things where you take the damage when you can, you pass on when you can. Played against him, very fun. Round 4 was my first loss. Once again, I play against a big name in Fab. I sit down, I see, okay, the person I'm playing against in round 4 is Mara Ferris on Vincent. Vincent's also another with the new DRE. It's very much more difficult than it used to be because you used to be able to just block out and then send. My deck did not want to help me at all. It gave me all red hands of dagger pumps, all blue hands with a stealth attack, and nothing else I can really do about that. So I was trying my best to block out, but she got Nazareth on turn 2 or 1, and I just never saw the opportunity to kill it. Just never saw it. So, like, your hand doesn't need to line up perfectly. You still need 6 damage, which isn't that hard. Like, if your opponent's smart, you can do Calicera and do to the point, you know, that kills it. But it's one of those things where it's just, it didn't happen. It was a hard game. great opponent. Had a great time playing her. We ended up talking about lore for like 30 minutes after the 10-minute game, which was great.
And she's a specialist into Vincent too. She's not just a picker upper and dabbler. She plays Vincent. Do you think if you replayed that matchup, shuffled up, dealt out, do you think you could take her the second time? Do you think it was like variance went against you that much? Or
variance really went. I mean, come on, Nazareth on turn 2. That's really hard. That's really hard. Like that's just part of the equation. That's 6 damage every turn that you just have to deal with now.
Right.
It would be a toss up. I would say that I would have like a 40% chance, especially against her specifically. Other Vincents I can play. I've beaten Vincent a lot, but just that game did not want to support what I wanted to do.
So you have a 100% win rate against Mara's Vincent. Good to know, Mara.
No, 100 lose rate into Mara's Vincent.
How much?
Loss rate.
I lost 100. You said win.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 100% loss rate. Sorry. Go ahead.
Don't have a 100% loss rate into Vincent. I do beat Vincent sometimes. This is true. Okay, round 5. Highest moment of my life. I felt on cloud 9. I was on stream. At that point, I didn't care what happened. Dude. I was on stream. I could lose out the rest of the week. Who cares?
That game, though, when you flashed your cards to the camera.
With a 3 of a kind. Oh my gosh. So against Philip Warner, great guy, loved his shirt, was playing Tough Nut, was currently 3 wins, 1 loss, the same as me. So thanks to him and our pairing by Gem, they decided to put us up so everyone could see Tough Nut. And if you watch the stream back, I would have been in that crowd chanting Tough Nut the entire time. As much as I love my Gremlin Mario, Tough Nut is the crowd favorite. You know, you can't hate Tough Nut. Tough Nut's the crowd favorite. I feel bad, though. I feel bad. Turn 1, fine setup, Mark. Turn 2, Mask, Orb Weaver. 3 to the points in my hand. Oh, my gosh. A 16 damage Calicera followed by a 3 damage. And then at that point, it was just like, okay, so I have the upper hand at this point. Just got to keep doing what I'm doing. I took a little bit more damage in that matchup than I should have. But at the same time, I still think I played it really well, obviously, because I won. But one of the highlights will always be my first time on stream at any event. It was
and you freaking high rolled. It's almost as bad as how Jeremy high rolled freaking Das Lao. I mean, that was brutal, man. You kept on flashing.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is I saw the hand. I saw the 3 to the points, and I'm sitting there going, is this hand really good or is this hand really bad? At this moment, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm keeping it because either way, these cards block for 2.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's amazing. What are you talking about?
No, the hand was amazing. The hand was amazing. It's just it had the setup to generate because my entire hand blocked for 8 damage. So it was all 2 blocks. But at the same time, it presented a 16 on 1 dagger. So which one do you do? Do you block 8 or do you send 16? Like,
I mean, you know, I don't block at all. So
yeah, exactly. But then, so that was my 3rd brute of the day. And 3rd brute of the calling. And then I go into my 4th brute of the day and my 4th brute of the calling. Will, I'm sorry, man.
Man,
do you want to talk about this game?
We're here for a fun time, not a long time, right?
Hell yeah, brother. Exactly. So, lo and behold, it is the first friendly fire of the calling for me. I fight against my good friend and head of the pod, Will Sneed over here. And I sit down and I was excited because I knew what arm piece he was bringing in. And I'm just like, oh, we are either going to die really quick or we're going to kill him really quick. And there's no middle ground.
All right. And real quick, this is not my podcast. We're here to talk about your assassin. But Andrew, you have a platform here. Tell me what you think about my arm choice for my brute.
Yeah, so this dumbass decided to show off with Gambler's Gloves as normally arm piece. Like, I don't even think he has any arcane barrier. It is
0 arcane barrier.
The exact same equipment into literally everybody.
I call it the aggro package and not the defensive package, right? And here's the thing. I was like, look, the gloves are designed to do one thing: tilt my opponent and high roll the shit out of them, right? Yeah, and dude. Tommy said it best. I could hear you everywhere in the damn con hall because it's like clink, clink, clink with my dice cup. Right? Anyways, Zach, go ahead.
That's so. I mean, I guess if you don't have to think about what you're pitching for AB, it makes your decision super easy.
What AB is scary out there? Vincent Eraser, right?
Ophelia.
Stelio, I can't. I actually talked to Jeremy about the Stelio AB. I don't have enough AB to actually care. I race him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's default by racing.
As someone who brings one AB into the calling, yes, I understand that.
Yeah. Like, one AB is not going to save me from a Stelio. One AB might save me from Vincent, but it won't save me.
No, it won't. It won't.
So,
but it was a fun game.
Yeah.
As sad as it is to play a local, go travel 5.5 hours, drive 5.5 hours to play a local, it was still a very fun game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do think you misblocked when you put your entire armor suite into the pain in the backside. We need to talk about that. I think I saw I wasn't going to say anything because it was a professional tournament, but I don't know what the thought process behind that was.
Wait, so how much did you block on a pain in the backside?
He blocked 8, but I could have only pumped it up to 6 with my hero ability.
Yeah. So a lot of that is I had 0 matchup practice into Mario. 0. Right? Mm-hmm. And I could kill a Huntsman just fine. But, I have not played against any Marios, right? I've just dodged them since I've been playing on Reinhardt. So I'm very unfamiliar with the numbers on that matchup. But I will say this, right? I know when he could kill me. I know the reach, right? But I also know that the math is a little wonky depending on what demi hero you roll into.
3 or 4, yeah.
And so I was at 15 left. I was like, I think he could kill me if he high rolls. And I think I live at 1 if he doesn't, right? And so he killed me by 1. So it wasn't a bad math. Pain in the backside was the wrong block to the fact. But it's also just lack of experience in that specific matchup.
Because I think if it wasn't for that, you might have had me. Like that's one of those things.
It was 1 point off. 1 point off, I think, is where it was. But hey, can't complain.
It was a fun game either way, and it got me my winning in for day 2. So I was going into round 6 happy.
Yeah. And I don't think our people heard, but Andrew said I suck. So let the record show that Andrew thinks I suck.
It's gotta suck to be somebody that got absolutely dumpstered by you rolling 5s and 6s over and over again. Dude. You're gonna be like, I have no idea how to block at all. I was just so the whole time.
We're gonna attribute your loss to not bringing gambler's gloves the time you rolled it and got a 3 and got 1 action point. Because if you had broken them, you could have gotten a 6 and gotten 3 action points. Like, come on!
You know how you beat Spinal Crush, right? When you take the full damage for 10. You roll once with 1 on your scab skins. Break your gloves, roll 6, and then proceed to go pulping into into another 6 power attack. So,
that's how it goes. Anyway,
but it was a great game, Zach. It was a great game.
I always love playing against you, man.
It only went 2, maybe 3 turns. We were done.
It's a quick game. It was a quick game.
45 minutes left.
Round 7 was against an Ocilio Jacobo. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Baugh.
That's Jacobo.
Bow. Solo games, I brought in 3 Amulet of Echoes because I knew that I needed them. If you don't see the Amulet Echoes fast enough, and if you don't crack the Amulet of Echoes, you lose.
That's called foreshadowing. I know some writers who use, was it subtlety? And they're all cowards.
Some writers use subtlety. They're all cowards. I love that quote. So it was a quick game. It was game of inches, obviously. Ocilio usually is because they can usually shock you.
Yeah.
Both Ocilio games that I won, it came down to I was at 2 health. They had lethal if they had a shock, but neither of them drew the shock. I just had the better variance. That's just how it is. That game matchup is the 50-50 of all 50-50s.
Sure.
Okay, so that was day 1. That was my 7 games of day 1. Ended up ending day 1 6-1.
And so I guess your toughest matchup of the day was against Mars Vinny, right?
Yeah.
And because she high rolled out, you weren't able to kill the event. Was there a moment where you thought you might miss top 8, or did you have pretty much control the full time?
Oh, top 8?
Yeah, I'm sorry,
day 2.
Day 2. Right, because point with Mark games it was winning in, but after that you're pretty much locked, right?
Yeah, I mean our game was second to last game of that day. So once we were done, I was locked. So I mean, I went into round 6, 7, knowing that I've done better than I've ever done in my life, and content with that.
Andrew, 6, 7. And then, all right. In the first day, any kind of matchups that was what you perceived as messy, something you didn't really play as cleanly as you could have, and you're like, I should have done this a little bit different?
My first tough nut match, it took me a second to realize what I needed to be doing. Like I said, I had no reps into it, but once I was like, that's the play style they're going to go. That's what I need to be doing. But I was essentially doing what I should have been doing the entire time, and I still was going to win that one. So
fair.
yeah.
All right, let's talk about day 2, man.
Okay, so funny story. Go out. I tell everyone I'm going to go get a steak dinner if I make day 2. I made day 2. Went out and got a steak dinner. Piece of steak
Nice.
gets stuck in the bottom of my tooth right here. Try to go to sleep at 2 a.m. I wake up with seething pain in my jaw, so I have to go fish it out with a dental floss. And I'm sitting over the stink, holding blood in my hand that's gaping out of my mouth from just the near like. And I'm just like, oh, I should just show up like this tomorrow. That would be intimidating. Get the worst night's sleep of my life. Get the worst night's sleep of my life easily. It wasn't, well, I won't say that because it's one of those sleeps where I definitely did fall asleep, but I woke up just not feeling rested. I woke up like there was a time where I clonked out and I woke up and felt like no time had passed, but also like I did not get any rest at all. So
yeah.
But I wasn't going to let that bring me down. What I was going to bring me down is my round 1 pairing in day 2. I sit down across from Ed Comedes, and he is running Prism. And I went into the calling with an idea. The idea was, do I disrespect Prism? Or do I respect Guardian? Or do I disrespect Guardian and respect Prism? So I took out my 2 look-offs, and I just said, fuck it, Guardians fear me. That's what I did. So I'm sitting down like, losing round 1 and day 2 also has a little bit of stress relief on it because it just, it's the loss out of the way. Regardless of what happens, I don't have to worry about losing the next game or losing the next game. Instead, I can just focus on one game at a time. And Mara kept telling me this because she ended up keep coming over and we ended up talking a lot because we were talking about lore. And then she's just like, you got to focus on at just the next game. Don't think about anything else. Don't think about prizing. Don't think about top 8. You just focus on it one game at a time. And that type of pep talk really helped me a lot. So it's funny because the Prism game on paper seemed great. I go first, I mark them, I pass, I draw up, I arsenal. I think it was a D react, I think, because that's actually relatively decent in the matchup. And so my opponent goes, I draw up and I see my death touch. I'm like, yes, Popper, let's go. That's fine. So they go Herald of Triumph for 6. I go, listen, I got the D react and arsenal. I've got my mask. I'm willing to break it here. So D react and arsenal, mask. Choose 3. Death Touch is a great card. You know what Death Touch it doesn't pop though? Herald of Triumph. And do you know what his next angel after the first Herald of Triumph was? A second Herald of Triumph. So I'm saying I've got the rest of my cards blocked for 2, and I'm sitting there. I'm just like, this is the game I'm going to have. Do you know what else Death Touch doesn't do? Anything on your turn if it's not an arsenal.
Yeah.
So I do my best to block it out, but at that point I'm just like, okay, I've seen my Popper. I've done my best to set up. They've got soul. So at that point, I'm just trying to survive, prevent them. I make a mistake. They don't have any soul, I don't think, at this point. So they send out Herald of Erudition for 5. I block 3 from the hand, chest and gloves, because at this point, I'm just like, it's over. It's over for me. I need to prevent them from drawing 2 cards. They either have the plus or have the plus. So it wasn't really a high roll because we were both rolling pretty high, but it's one of those where because I took out the Prism tech and he was high rolling and I was high rolling, his high rolls are better than mine.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So great guy. A lot of fun to play against. We ended up just having a good laugh about the game at the end of the day. I've take no qualms into it, take no qualms out of it. It was just playing good games with good people, which is what I love about Flesh and Blood.
And then I'm assuming you lost that game?
Yeah, pretty bad. So lost the round 1. So like I said, it was a little stressful, but at the same time,
I think your strategy was bad. Like, don't respect Prism, respect the Guardians because you're going to have one or the other. And I think Guardians were definitely more prolific. So you could probably still high roll your Prism if they low.
You can totally high roll a Prism. And like if Ed did not see his 2 Herald of Triumphs and one of them was a poppable angel, I would have been very happy.
Yeah,
I would have been great because I would have been able to block out the first Herald of Triumph, block that, get my Callisto, send damage, and then start like having that flick online for whenever they get a Figment out.
Yeah, And Andrew, would you have respected the Prisms or would you have respected the Guardians? Yeah, I would have been like, fuck Prisms.
The room was 20-something% Guardian.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Like maybe 2 Prisms made day 2.
Yeah. And
So
one of them
Zach-
made top 8. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But anyways, so you made the right call, brother.
It was without a doubt, it was the right call. Just it does suck that Prism is just such one of those really hard matchups for me right now.
She's almost gone anyways now.
Exactly. So moving on, round 9 was against Arun Garg, Mario Mirror. I love the Mario Mirror, mostly because it's the one that I have the most confidence into knowing what my opponent's going to send, where their highs, where their lows are. Even though he was more on a stealth focused one with Take Up the Mantles, I was still, he hit me with a pretty decent Take Up the Mantle turn, but at this time I was just like, okay, I'm keeping you marked. I'm having you lose your mark on me when I can. Sure, I'm discarding 1 card to turn to your disruption, but I'm sending back bigger numbers. And I think that's the thing is because all of the on-hit banish cards effects really just say choose the card you want to banish. I'm okay with that. I can choose the worst card out of my 4-card hand and still be very happy with what I'm sending next turn. But like I said, fun game. Love the mirror match, and I won.
Yeah.
Not much more to say about that. Guy was phenomenal and checked on me a few more times at the end of the day just to see how I was doing. Next was another friendly fire. It was Andrew Cook, who we had just mentioned. He did not bring Prism, which we've talked about. And it's really funny because he goes, yeah, all the games I lost, I would have probably won if I was playing Prism. Like, yeah, you probably would have won the whole thing if you were playing Prism, not going to lie. Because he's just that good. But this one was the most variant-focused endgame ever. What ended up happening was I mask blocked near the end when he was low and I was low. I think I was at the end of that turn. I think I was sitting at like 16 or something like that. I wish I was taking better notes at like what happened at what exactly turn. But it was like a week.
The winner makes the history, brother. So you can tell us whatever you want. He can't say nothing. He's not here.
No, he can say what he wants. He can correct me. I'm not trying to say that. But I block the mask, and he takes the dice, and he rolls a 1. And I'm saying that I'm just like, thank God. Like that's what I need here because I had the Kiss of Death in my hand that turn as well, or the Arsenal. I forget where it was coming from. But I had the Kiss of Death. So I just do the shenanigans. I break boots just to get more cards out of his hand because at that point, when they're that low, Arcane's going to kill you one way or another. No reason to keep the boots if it's going to do more disruption. Ended up passing back to him. No cards in hand. Passed back to me. Did not draw the shot that would have killed me and killed him instead. Sucks to shoot your friends. If you watch my stream about it, I was making jokes. I was doing like the kid with the gun, very sad, and like the guy pointing the gun and crying. All those memes for all the friendly fire games. It was very, very funny. Love Andrew, both of y'all. It was a good game and great to play against good players. Sucks to kill your friends. Round 11 was against Hunter Platt on Valda, and this is the game I really want to talk about. This game was hilarious. I high rolled like I have never high rolled. I saw each Savor Bloodshed with each T-Tox back to back. I think I saw 2 T-Toxes on 1 Savor Bloodshed and a Kiss of Death trigger. Then I saw same thing, a T-Tox and a Savor Bloodshed followed by a second T-Tox later, all within like the first third of the deck. There was a moment in that game where I was at 40 and they were at 21. And at that point, I'm just like, because I was like, okay, block anything. The rule of thumb is block anything that has an on-hit effect. Don't block anything that doesn't.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is round 11, so I'm very, very tired of playing Fab at this point. Like, I've never played more Fab in my life than I did this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at them. They have 3 cards left in their deck. We're pretty low, both of us. I've got him Calyssra, Hunter's Clave locked. And I'm just like, I could flick the card to kill him right here. He's at 1 health. My mind goes, what if he has a Shelter from the Storm? He didn't. We've been playing this game for almost 45 minutes at this point. But I'm just like, I'm so tired, I could have missed it. I'm just like, fuck it, we're just going to deck him out. So I essentially get him down to he has nothing left in hand. And then I flick him when I see the pitch cycle and he draws it again. I'm like, okay, so I know for a fact he doesn't have it. So I do end up killing him I could have killed him by decking, but I killed him by damage. Just brutal. I'm pretty sure I hit the Remembrance off the top of the deck with what's the new Chaos card? Chaos Assassin card.
Oh,
Yes.
say it again, Andrew.
Meat Madness.
Meat Madness, yeah. I hit the remembers off the Meat Madness trigger, and I was just okay, fantastic. So not a lot, but at the end, I think I had 15 cards in deck when he had 3. So I don't think it would have really caused that much because I was taking his cards out of his hand, and because he brought the new hammer that swings for 4 pitch instead of 3 pitch, couldn't really swing it, with one card in hand. So got the win there, very close. So I go into the final round, and it's against another Acilio. It is, however, against Michael Hamilton. So this is the final round of Swiss. I'm staying there. We're staying there. We're shuffling up. We present our decks, and judges come over and go, "We're deck checking you two." Now, one of the things about deck checks is they reorganize your cards, and they put it in order. I shuffled 4 or 5 times, and I still got the clumps. He got the clumps too. Our decks were both clumped. His clumps were just my clumps were blues. I saw both persuasive prognoses. I saw both trapdoors. His clumps were all of his somersaults. It was a very, very fast game. It was not close at all. we were having a good time. Michael Hamilton, amazing. We ended up talking about like video games and everything. Like we were talking about Pacopia and like all the other games we've been playing lately. Great guy, very fun to talk to. So he ended up beating me. What?
Chill as hell, as I heard.
Oh hell yeah, no, great guy. He ended up beating me, and honestly, when you lose to the champion, come on, like you can't complain. Yeah. So I knew that there was a chance I'm making it to top 8. It's not a high chance. Like at first, I thought I was locked going into this because I was locked. I was X2, but then we all started doing the math. And there's a game next to me where it was a Prism versus a Dio, and we need the Dio to win for me to be like 90% going into top 8. I just walk away. I just go, I can't watch this right now. So I run and use the bathroom. I go over, hang out with Team Dayton. They're doing Sage and CC events. Yeah.
1 second, Zach. Andrew, say that again. What was that?
Yeah, no, it was Valda versus Dio.
Oh, you're right. It was
an unfavorable matchup for Dio.
Yeah.
And you needed the Valda to win or the Dio to win?
Dio. I need the unfavorable deck to win that matchup. You're right.
Damn.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Zach.
It was Emma from Breakpoints was playing. Yeah. So I just walk away. I'm just like, I can't deal with this right now. I hear the game cleans up, so I start walking over there. Andrew Lorenz comes running to me and goes, "The Dio won." So we're doing the math. And we're like, okay, yeah, you're in. You're like 90% sure in. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, if I'm in, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got like the look like I'm about to cry if I'm in.
Yeah.
I see Andrew walking around. They're refreshing the board before the judges make the announcement. They refresh it, and I go from 7th place to 8th place.
Nice.
I look at them, and I go, but I was in 7th. And I think Andrew turns to me and goes, "Yeah, you made it."
That's great.
So I'm ecstatic. So actually, ironically, the recording that I have of me when they're announcing the top 8, I had already known I'd made it by that point. So it was, shh, don't tell anyone.
All about the kitchen magic here,
Exactly. So I'm so happy. Yeah. I'm walking around. People are coming up saying congratulations. I get to go into the photo, which I'm still waiting for them to put on their social media, which I don't think they're going to do at this point. For the calling top 8 and individual photos, because I wanted the photo for the stream and then I wanted it for like socials as well. I could probably find someone who has it. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I made it to top 8, and the funniest thing ever happened. So against Michael Hamilton and against Hunter, hella stress. I'm like, okay, I know people are telling me it doesn't matter. Focus at one game at a time. Valda is a guardian, and I know fatigue matchups are my weak spot, so I was just so stressed going to each one of them. The moment they say I'm in top 8, I have no stress. All of it's gone. I'm just like, it doesn't matter what happens. I made top 8, first calling ever. I get my PTI. I can go to Vegas. Let's go. Nothing else is in my thoughts. Andrew comes over and goes, you just got $700. I go, wait, there was money?
Nice. And then what's the goal for? I have to ask.
We'll get to that after my top 8 games.
Okay.
I'll bring it.
That's right. You don't get it until you lose.
It's currently over there in the standee in the slow.
Gotcha. Okay.
So First game is against Lucas Oswald. Really chill guy as well. And I mean, you can say that about almost every
he got
single
the
person who
hair?
plays Tab.
The
Yeah,
young guy from
his hair is awesome.
the Runaways, right?
Yeah. He's a really cool guy. I think I stole his frailty token. So Lucas, hit me if you hear this.
Yeah, he listens to us all the time.
Yeah. But I need to reach out to him and let him know that I have it, because I'm sure. I mean, it's like a 50-cent card, but I still want to send it to him because it's his. It was a Mario Mirror, and like I said, I love the Mario Mirror. It's so much fun. It's the deck that I'm most familiar with in all of Flesh and Blood history, I'd say. So. And I got to look at his deck list beforehand, so I knew what he was bringing. You know, it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, I know what you've got. I know your ins. I know your outs. So we just start going. He decides to go second, so I take the dagger you for one, flick, knife, mark, pass. You know, you do the setup when it's there. If you're going second, if you're going first, you do the setup. At that point, I'm like, the name of this game is to never have a turn where I end up marked. If I can prevent him from marking me after the first flick, I'm happy. So I arsenal a card and I draw up Shelter from the Storm, baby.
Nice.
Shelter. I think I had a shelter. Something. I'm pretty sure I did. I prevented the mark. No. He flicked me. He flicked me on turn one. It wasn't a shelter, but then he sent an attack, and I just said it was a Mark of the Black Widow. And I just look at my hand. I go, is this card worth more than me being marked? I said no. So I just get rid of it. I take it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm already black. I'm already spinner red, I think. And no, because I didn't use mask. I didn't need to use mask because I drew a orb weaver in my hand. So I just said, okay, I'm saving this for a rainy day. So the name of that game was prevent him from ever marking me. And if he does mark me, don't let me be marked by the end of the turn. Take every hit. I think I lost. I think I took at least 2 out of his 3 Mark of the Black Widows just to not be marked on purpose. And it paid off. It paid off in dividends, man. I saw the T-Toxes when I needed them. I had a turn where he was really trying to think on how to block a dagger because he was really low. I had the Codex of Frailty in my arsenal. I think I went like 6 wide that turn.
Wow.
It was a very, a surgical game there for me playing Mario.
You surgically extracted his life total to a 0.
I was using that playmat, but I don't play that card because it's too high costed. Yeah. And if you're doing Redline Mario, it's fun.
Why play the card when you are the card?
Exactly. So at the end of the game, I did end up winning it. Mario Mirrors are fun. I would have loved to do a third one in the finals, but round top semifinals, I'm running to use the bathroom. I'm running back. I see Michael Hamilton running towards me because I got to use the bathroom. We're on stream. And so we both run over to the stream. You know, he's like, can I message my wife? Can I tell her I'm on stream? I'm like, sure. You know, do your thing. I'm doing the same thing essentially. So it is a Ocilio v Mario Mirror, and I had already won 2 of them today. The only one I lost was against Michael Hamilton. But now I know that my deck's shuffled. Huh. So I get really lucky. I see a Amulet of Echoes really early on. And then I do a blunder that I will never forget. Well, so I know what you're going to say at the end of the stream. And I want you to say that I did miss my Tunic 2 times. Both of them were on stream. And one of them was in this game. One of them was in the Philip Borner game. Jesus Christ.
No.
One of them, delete that. Do not let that go live.
No, I have to. I don't know what this is. It's okay. Yeah, I'm sure
one of them,
I got beat by Wesley Dong. I went back and told Mason I got donged on, right? So, own up to it, man.
It's Borner, okay? Philip Borner.
Okay,
anyway,
hey, shit.
Okay, so I missed the Tunic trigger on both of those. And the thing about Tunic and Mario is you don't really need it until you need it.
Yeah.
And both of those times, I needed it. It would have done amazing both of those times. I think I lost I think only 2 value in the Philip game, but I think I lost 4 or 5 value inside of the Michael Hamilton game.
Yeah,
it sucks when that happens. And then I fumbled not breaking Sigil because Amulet of Echoes because he had I think only 1 card left in hand at that turn, and I was 90% sure it was an instant. We ended up talking a bit about it later, and he said if you had broken the amulet there, I would have had to use my chest and my boots early and then lost all of the value I got of those later in the game. So it was my game to lose. But man, I got to tell you, 14 games of Flesh and Blood nonstop puts a toll on you. Now let me go get the gold foil real fast. Okay.
And Andrew, so any thoughts about Zach's amazing run while he's getting his gold foil?
No. This is
What if I stood up
relaxing.
and I was just in my underwear? Completely forgot.
dude.
Like I wasn't wearing.
You don't think I practiced my work in like this black T-shirt and I'm wearing nothing? I'm wearing a banana hammock underneath. Yeah, I don't want to like sear your eyes with that image.
So my gold foil was a Testament of Valahai, which I was initially underwhelmed about because I did not read. Let me explain. First of all, it's Mastery Pack Guardian.
I like those, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Then I realized, wait a minute. Mastery Pack Guardian didn't have a full art non-Marvel Testament of Valahai. It only has the Marvel version. So this is one of the few full art normal border Testament gold foil Testament of Valhais. Otherwise, you have to do the Marvel version. And everyone on stream was telling me it was amazing, and now I understand. It is a great pool.
All right, does that mean there's going to be some thick lady thighs in the future?
No, I'm selling that card. If you want to hit me up, I'll sell it.
Fair. Dude, great run though, man. And Michael Hamilton had a little bit of lack of variance go against him in the finals there, and he lost to a Mario finally.
Yeah.
But
Mario gets his first calling win. Amazing. Wish it was me.
Yeah, but in all reality, though, it really does come down sometimes to just the subtle choices, that luck that runs you through, or but you got to be prepared for it. So
you can prep your deck as much as it is, but it is still a trading card game. You still do shuffle the 60 cards in your deck. There is variance, and there will always be, because if there wasn't, then there's just one deck to rule them all. And you live by the variance, you die by the variance.
Yeah,
it was
I know.
It was it was a great weekend.
Yeah,
way better than I ever could have dreamed of. Top fouring, third placing, a calling. I mean, I know fourth and third are essentially the same place, but like,
take the higher rank, man.
Exactly. You hear that, Emma? I'm hiring. No, I'm not saying that. I gave Emma a hug because he ended up winning, and I was like, you got me my top 8, so thank you for this. But I've met a lot of great people. I had a lot of fun games, and it was.
Let me ask, man, what do players underestimate about the callings? I mean, you made an incredible run. Let's say people that are trying to throw their hat in the competitive ring. What would you suggest?
If you're an Atlanta local, the calling is easier than your local armory.
I agree with that, dude. Like, I feel like I could do better at the next calling. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I mean, I know I went 4-3, but the 4-3 was just kind of, we could talk about this later, but it's not the whole show. So
I'm not saying that to diminish anyone who was playing the calling. They were all great players. Just the amount of top people who have topped callings and like pro tours and nationals, in our local scene is huge.
So if someone wants to make a run like this, like what you did, what should they focus on first? Like, how do they get to that sleep?
You have to get sleep. If you show up anything on, then drink water while you're there constantly, and make sure you're eating something that's not going to mess with your stomach. And I'm saying that as someone who has IBS. You need to make sure that you are focused, doing your best, being your best. Yeah. Whatever that is for you, make sure that you do not change, because the best thing you can do is be ready. And if you're not eating healthy, or if you're not getting sleep, you're not going to be ready.
So every week I tell a little story about, something that people don't know about me, right? And I'll tell you, I used to play card games a lot when I was younger. And exactly what you said, like, this is before I got into health and dietetics and all this stuff. But you know how sometimes you go into a con, you sit down next to people and they smell like crap just because of the unbathedness and shower, like just you're grinding out all day. And man, I sat down next to these like big buff, Magic Gathering players, and they're like, smell like crap. I was like, damn, someone's sad in it, right? Like, didn't wipe themselves or something. Found out that I had the bubble gut and I shat myself. Didn't even know it.
It was you.
So it's me. And so you have to take care of your gut health. You have to hydrate.
The best advice I can ever give anyone is, as soon as you get back to your house, your hotel, wherever you're staying, shower. It feels so good. It's the best thing.
Andrew, did you have any questions for Zach?
We're at that point. Bro, we at the rapid fire section of our calling.
Oh yeah, we can. I mean, we're closing this bad boy up, but I'm going to give you a little bit. We give you a little shout out too. You came up with the best greatest meme that I'm going to share by a screen share after this. Zach, I don't think you've seen this before, so
I have not.
I told him about my run, and he was like, "Dude." Right? So he came up with me just on the spot. I think it's so brilliant. So I want your take on this. But Andrew, you got anything for Zach?
Yeah, but so like now you got a PTI, you know, you gonna go to like the Pro Tour or anything with it?
I'm really considering going to Vegas. I am. I really wanted to go. I obviously, y'all know I did the callings that were available here. Almost top 8 at both of them. I bubbled out of the Sage event with Briar, and then first seed going into the Pro Quest into Thomas Averetti on his Pallades deck. That was that was a game. I'll say that. But now that I've got this, I'm really considering going to Vegas. I just need to figure out taking time off work and doing everything.
Dude, it's only a 17-hour drive. I mean, you get a big old car, 2 guys in the back playing each other.
I would be flying. I'm a good driver. I can drive up to 10 hours, but 17, man, I did 16 once in one day, and it was enough for me to never want to do that again.
I say you get some like TV dinner trays, you put it in your lap, and you play with the guys in your seat next to you. Right? You just freaking have a good time. 17 hours of fab.
That's what I did that weekend. You think I could do 15 hours of fab and then 50 more hours of fab? Probably could. It'd be fun as heck.
All right. Anything else, Sandra?
Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, quite a few. First, I mean, it's kind of silly because a lot of the people, you guys, the locals, like I said in the Discord, this isn't my win. This is our win. I would not have been able to do this without everyone being who they are and how good of people, you know. Sword is only as sharp as the grindstone is strong. So
I feel like that could be our freaking title for this episode, but I think we keep had it. That's good.
Then obviously individual thank you to my wife for coming with me and supporting me in the final games, to Team Dayton, because I've known Dayton and Skylar for a while and they were super happy, and Michael as well, and they were super happy for me and had my back. Specifically to individual people I met there. Mara really kept me focused, gave me great words of encouragement, and that's about it I can think of. I gave a longer list in my individual stream, which is live on my channel. So
cool.
If you didn't get a shout out individual here, you probably got one over there.
Yeah. All right. Andrew, what else? I see one of your questions I really like to ask for myself.
Yeah, no, we got our I got a rapid fire stuff. So what was the best non-Flesh and Blood related thing you did all weekend?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me think. So I showed up a day early, and the Bass Pro Shop was really cool. Me and my wife walked. It was a mistake because I thought that if we took the river walk, we would get to the Bass Pro Shop quicker.
You warned us about that, Andrew. Like we wanted to do the same thing, but Andrew was like, "Don't do it. You drive."
It wasn't a bad walk overall. But it was so hot, and it wasn't so hot. It was still in the 70s, maybe mid 80s, but like it was still just like walking. You can walk straight to the Bass Pro Shop, which we did on the way back. The issue is if you do the river walk, you have to walk all the way around the Bass Pro Shop to get to it. So it wasn't about the walk being bad. It was just the distance. But I think the coolest thing that we did was the rooftop bar at the hotel. It was popping off every night. It was fun.
And I got to recommend, Malort, fantastic stuff. Like, I'd be honest.
You shut your mouth.
No. Like, Tommy put me on it. It tastes like bitter grapefruit pith. Right? Not piss, pith. The white stuff on the grapefruit. Yeah. I love it. Okay. It is incredibly bitter. Right?
Okay, I'm intrigued. I'll have to try it.
And they say, I'm not sure, but if they pulled research and studies where people that have bitter slanted taste buds are more likely to be psychopaths. So try it out, Zach. I'm sure you'll like it.
You know what? I saw someone on the stream when I was playing say, "Yeah, of course Zach's playing Mario. He only plays decks that do really shitty stuff to their opponent." And I'm like, new Mario, blue control and Magic the Gathering, red aggro.
Victor, Victor. He does the general stuff, yeah.
Make you discard. I like Vincent way back when.
Yeah. Andrew, what else you got?
So speaking of the bars and stuff, do you have any beer recommendations?
La Fin du Monde.
Nice.
Unibrow Brewery in Canada. It's my favorite beer of all time.
All right. And then, can you give us one word to describe Memphis?
passionate.
Ooh.
Oh. I felt like me in the hotel room I stayed in with like Andrew Lawrence and Mason. We summed that word up very accurately. The passionate.
Yeah, do you want to show off the picture?
We ended up walking down to Beale Street on Saturday after our dinner at the Majestic Grill, which is a phenomenal place. No, not their fault. The steak got stuck in my tooth. Best drinks I had as well there. Like I say, the vibes at the rooftop bar were better, but like that was just an expensive restaurant with good drinks. But they were having some type of demonstration and a protest down there, and it was very cool to see.
Very cool. All right, and then I guess now we're going to share the meme that Lawrence created.
I'm ready. I'm terrified and ready.
All right, this is for those that are listening. This is an image of the 4 brains where you got the small brain, medium-sized brain, the brain that's glowing, and then the brain that has a galaxy and the flashing lights.
We'll call that. What is that? The Jimmy Neutron brain blast?
Or yeah, the lightened brain, Jimmy Neutron brain blast. But it's play beating trackers, just never roll scabs. Plays gambler's gloves. Play skull crushers because you hit the 6. Right. Anyways.
Oh
perfect.
My gosh.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna be. Do you think you'll be able to get the image from dinner in Memphis in our lost episode? You want to show
I am going to try to get that cleaned up probably tomorrow. I got it on my flash drive, so yeah. I really want, even if it's 15 minutes, it should be fun, and we'll post load it. So if I could ever clean up the audio and reword it, it'd be fine.
Do it.
But Zach, man, great for you to come back on, man. Thank you.
I love
what a great run.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I mean, I want to shout. Oh, do you know who I forgot to shout out? Opus Arts, who was the guy who did who sells the tie clip that I was wearing, as well as the see-through mark token I was using on stream. That made me miss the roll trigger in the final game. We're not putting the blame on that. That's on us. But great guy, great collection of artists, great website. Check it out.
Why don't you give a shout out to your social too? Because you came up with this really bang ass lore video recently that I liked a lot. It was Omens of Third Age breakdown of the PV or the trailer. The trailer, right?
Yeah. So I'm Saint Havoc ST_HAVOCK because I'm dyslexic, and I thought that was how you spelled havoc for the longest time growing up.
I mean,
I'm not a smart cookie, but I do all of the lore content, whether that is individual audio narrations of the stories from the main webpage or breakdowns of interesting topics such as the Third Age itself, because I did the trailer breakdown, and then right after that I did the full video on the fate of the Dark Age, which is a synopsis of what happened during the Third Age itself.
And you do more than just lore videos. Sometimes you have like fun videos, like you had Lawrence come on about, damn, dude, I'm trying to remember the chart.
When heroes know what sex is and what heroes have sex alignment chart. Yeah, that was a fun time. That was a really fun time. That's still on YouTube for now until someone demands I take it down. It'll probably be on YouTube forever.
If our episodes don't get banned and some of the crap I say, then I'm sure that'll be fine. So
yeah, I've got some fun stuff coming down the pipeline for April. Some really unique stuff that I will shout out when we're done. But currently, I'm working with someone who has sent me some really one-of-a-kind stuff that's going to, like, stuff I never even knew existed about Flesh and Blood that I'm really excited to show, and he's letting me show the world.
Yeah, you did a little bit about it earlier.
So we're gonna keep that under hush for now. And then,
no, I got you.
Yeah, and I've got one
more. My
more
pockets are empty
out.
to the audience that listens to us, and I have no honor, so I'm just joking, Saint Havoc.
You're good, buddy. You're good. Then I've got one more coming down next week that I think everyone will enjoy. Just keep your ears to the ground. It's really funny.
That's great. All right. You can find me midnight_WI11 on Discord, Tunic Counter Gamers at gmail.com, because why not? And, Zach, I'm going to let you actually say our little catchphrase going. No, only because I think you need to do it just because. And you know what? Why don't you roll us out, sir, if you can? All right.
Hey, this feels like punishment. I'm just gonna say that. All right.
That's why I always say it.
Hold on. Let me do my announcer voice. Every turn is a decision. Every decision is a story. And don't forget your damn tunic counters, or it will cost you a top 4 spot. Sorry, a top 2 spot.
Peace. That's great, man.